Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am here to work on our Boho Journal together. I just wanted to show you my new digi in case you are needing some fall ephemera. These I think would be fun to make different ephemera out of, or you could just cut them out and put something cool on the back, maybe stitch around them, and they'd be neat journal cards. I think there's a lot of things you could do. You could cut the borders off of them if you wanted to make them a little smaller. You can shrink down the size on your computer, that kind of thing. They're just all vintage posters and like magazine cover type images, and so I chose the ones out of the ones that I have that are more like October-y or fallish, fall colors. They may not all have like necessarily a fall theme like this one does with the leaves falling, but and this one has like a turkey right there, but a lot of them, like this one for example, is just sort of autumnal colors with that yellow and that kind of a brickish red, and the same with this one. So yeah, and this one doesn't say anything specifically about fall. I liked the colors. So I thought they might be kind of fun to have a play with. I won't be using these today because we're going to work on our Boho Journal, but I will do these another day. And like this one says for March, but it's all fall colors and there's fall leaves and the wind is blowing, so to me it seems like a fall picture. So I thought, if you don't like the March there, you could even cut out this picture and use it if you want to. But yeah, a lot of them say November, October, that type of thing. I just thought that was fun. And then the cats are just kind of silly. There's even a couple that, like the Devil's Playground, might be fun for Halloween. Like this one sort of looked spooky. Might be a fun Halloween one to play with. So yeah, and there's, was it 5 pages? 5 pages. This one says Dead Man's Court, and there's a skull, and there's a devil, and he's like a jester in costume. She kind of looks like a witch because she's on a broom with a black cat. These people look like they're dressed up. This little guy like a clown. So you could definitely do sort of a Halloween theme, but it's not screaming Halloween, or so that's kind of fun too. Just some fun ephemera. And then this cool like bookmark, but you could also, I think, use that as a belly band. It would be really neat in a fall journal. This one, it looks like she's wearing a witch hat, but when you look closer, I think it might be a Valentine's one, but it definitely has more of a Halloween look to me. And then like this one, she's just walking down the street with an umbrella sort of thing. But anyways, just fun. Just something fun to play with. I thought they were really cool looking, so I wanted to get those to you guys if you're interested. So our journal is dry, this part around here, so I thought we could do this inside part. I just inked right here. You're probably not going to see it because I'm going to cover it. I'm going to use like cheesecloth or lace. I haven't decided in the middle yet. But anyway, it's most likely going to get covered, so it's not like it matters, but I felt like I needed to ink it. I thought it would be fun since this is more of this smooth fabric here, and this is the textured front part of the fabric. I thought it would be cool to kind of like put this on first so that fringe like sticks out of the sides, and then put on the pieces. That's trying to figure out, sorry, there is a right and a wrong, or an upside down and a right side up kind of way, but these are a little bit tricky. I think it goes like that. So yeah, something like that with the fringe coming out I thought might be kind of fun. It just adds a little something else to it. So I think that's what we will do. I'm going to put that ink over there and ink around the edges of these. And then I have a few other little things that we might get to if we have time to do that. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome one and all. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys have been awesome. Comments like about this journal and just lots of stuff have been super supportive and awesome, so thank you. I so appreciate it because, like I said, this is the first Boho Journal I've ever done, and I don't tend to be a super bright color kind of person, and so I mean I like them. I like to look at them. I just not I can't ever seem to create with them. I don't know if it's sort of like an overwhelming thing to me or what, but anyway, so it's been really fun to use these colors and do boho because I don't see that super often. I mean, there's a few people that do more of a muted or a dusty sort of a boho look. Robin Dudley Howes, for example, she does some really cool work. So if, you know, you like boho on a less bright note, then I would definitely check her out. But if you're totally into boho, the bright colors and all that, Allie, the Cockney Crafter, my friend, Allie does amazing, amazing boho journals. In fact, I want to get one from her for a gift. But yeah, she does amazing, super colorful ones. And of course, Gail Augustinelli does some neat boho journals as well. Oh, I needed to tell you guys that Maggie and Allie, Maggie of Boho Bliss and Textiles of India, the lady that sent me this fabric, they are doing a retreat on the Isle of Wight in the UK. And so if you want more information on that, Maggie asked me to send you guys to her Facebook page, which is Boho Bliss, is where she's at on Facebook. And she'll have answers for you on that. And it is from October 14th to October 23rd. So that's when the retreat is, and they still have some rooms available. You get to stay on the Isle of Wight right by the ocean and do the retreat, and Allie will be teaching classes, and so will Maggie. So lots of fun and things to learn there. So if you're interested, go on over and check out Boho Bliss, and I wrote that on. She's Boho Bliss on YouTube as well as Facebook. So just Boho Bliss. And she can answer any questions you have. I can't really, because I unfortunately am not able to go to that, but if you can, I would definitely check it out if you're interested in boho and just junk journals and all of that. So anyway, thought I'd throw that out there. I had a paintbrush. Oh, it's right here. I'm losing. I have a huge mess. I need to clean it up after I do this video. I'm like, I'm going to do a video since it's just going to stay a mess, since I can't seem to not make a mess when I'm crafting. And then get it cleaned up a little bit for tomorrow. Try anyways. I don't know why. I would love to be one of those people who's super organized and, you know, can always put everything right back where it goes. That's what my son always says, because he's kind of a I don't know. He's not real good about keeping his room clean, so I guess I don't really want to say that, but he kind of is one of those minimalist type people. And so he's like, Mom, you could just get rid of some stuff, and you know, if you just put everything away every time you use it. It's like, that doesn't work that way when I'm creating. I struggle with that. Like, I get in a zone, and a lot of times I don't even realize what a mess I am making until I finish, you know? And then I'm like, oh my goodness, what a disaster. But it's not like a conscious thing, like where I go, oh, you know, I need to put that and that and that away, and I don't know, it just happens. So I'm using quite a bit of glue on here. I really want all this to stay down, and this is kind of giving me heck because there's like a seam right here, which is gonna bug me, but I'll try to do it. Yeah, I think my son, when he grows up, we'll have to see. It'll probably be funny. It'll probably be the opposite, but I think he'll probably live in all white, gray, and black interior type house or something. I don't know. He's just very, very like that, very minimalist. And I tend to be the opposite. I love all the kind of eclectic, or I don't know, just all kinds of styles and old things, and you know, pillows and puffy couches and you know, stuff like that. So it's funny that he's such a minimalist. He doesn't get it from me. That's all I'm gonna say. His grandparents are a little like that though, so I think maybe that's part of it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out, this is really hard for me because the text is not easy to tell up and down on. Trying to figure out how. I want it to come a little bit more this way, and some of it will get covered because it's you know, going to have the pocket that folds up. So again, this piece of paper that I'm gluing on here is Medieval Mirage. I have printed it on that manila drawing paper, and then I backed it, like I glued it to a piece of cream colored cardstock. And I did this because I just wanted it to have a little more body than it had on just the manila paper, because as you can imagine, I'm going to put a little more glue on here because I just feel like this is not going to hold. As you can imagine, that manila drawing paper is a little bit thinner, and so it's just not going to work great for the inside of the book here. That can take some wear and tear. And I'm just going to have to clamp these, I think, and let it dry and not mess with it, because it's just... Try to move some of that glue down a bit. So yeah, I hope you're all having an awesome day. It's really nice here. Beautiful fall day. It's definitely cooled off a ton. It was 30 degrees when I got up this morning. I haven't gone out and checked on my tomato plants. I've been running errands, and I'm sure they're wrecked. I didn't cover them last night. I probably should have, but it gets to the point where it's like cold night after night after night, and you just can't. You just can't keep up with it. Well, I can't anyway, not with all the other junk I've always got going on. I'm lucky to keep it going in the summer when I'm here all the time, or more anyway. But the craziness is on, so just trying to get these to stay down. And I know I use gobs of glue on there, but I just really don't want this to go anywhere with all the different fabrics under it and everything. That wouldn't be fun. Alright, and I've got it on my hands again. Ah! I know you guys probably think I'm insane. Well, I probably am a little bit, but you know. What can I say? And I know I'm hanging off camera a little bit. There's not enough room to push this book up any further, so it kind of is what it is. I'm just doing basically the same thing I did on the other side. Getting the glue on here. Gonna put the fringe on. So yeah, I hope maybe a couple of you could go check out Maggie and Allie. If you got to go, that would be super fun. I'd love to hear about it. Well, I know I'll get to hear about it a little bit from Allie, but yeah, it would be a fun experience for sure. Go stay right by the ocean and make junk journals. I mean, who could ask for more, right? So yeah. And again, she does have the kits of this fabric in her shop now. That was totally my boo-boo. I got a little carried away and put the video out before she was ready. I want to get it up. I don't want to get it too high, but it needs to be up here to hold that paper down. Alright, oh, we need some on here too. Right. Do I have the text? Yes, I think so. Let's not have a disaster and have upside down text. That would not be fun. Okay, so that one, it needs to come over a little bit more this way. Always have to remember these are all handmade. I am not a machine. Okay, I definitely need some clamps, so let's do that. Need to go get more of the big ones. I don't have them out here. Yeah, I need the big ones. I don't have any more. I thought I had more of them. My kids must have absconded with a couple. Happens. It's either the kids or the dad. I thought I had a few more, but I really don't. Alright, well, I'm going to set that aside and I'll set something on it. And I'm just going to let it dry. I'm not going to mess with it, because I will mess it up. Alright, I'm going to go wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, excuse me. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so I made this a while back, and I think this is one that I just did kind of on my own, you know, while I was sitting watching TV or whatever. It's just a piece of paper, it might even be book page, I think it was. 2 pieces of book page glued together, and they're 8 3/4 by 5 1/2, 8 3/4 by 5 1/2, and then it's just folded in half. And then I just covered it with that cool manila paper, and this is a corner from Medieval Mirage. This is the boho one that I have listed, and I'll list it down below, so in my description box. And this is her boho one that I am using too, with some lace and one of the images from there, and it's just a journal card. I'm going to stitch around it. I just haven't done that yet. This is Gail Gustinelli's one of her trims, the new ones that she has, Small World trims. And then I put that same crocheted trim across here. This is Medieval Mirage, the same boho kit. This is an image that I got online, and then there's Medieval Mirage, just a piece of paper back there. And I scratched along the edge of this picture and like dinged it and stuff like that, so that you know, it looks older. And then I have a wax melt, and previously I was using the glue gun with it's supposed to be like wax in there, but I don't like it very much. I feel like it's too plasticky looking. I think the real waxes are better, and I'm sure there's even better waxes than these. These are a little bit shiny too. I mean, these are metallic, so duh. But I think I want to use this sort of copper colored one. So I'm going to put this down with a little bit of glue first. This is a piece of the sari silk from the fabrics that Maggie sent me, and I'm gonna just kind of bring them together and put them like that. So I'm just gonna put some glue on here, and I'm just using tacky glue for this because I think it's fine for this, because you'll see in a minute why it will stay fine. So I'm kind of just folding in the corners, really, essentially, kind of tucking them in under like that. And I'm going to turn it a little askew so that it's not straight up and down. And then we're going to melt some wax. And I haven't done this a ton, so I'm not professing to be any sort of professional at this and I may destroy this. We will see. Because I just started doing this not very long ago at all, so I can't say that I'm gonna do it just right. And you just gotta kind of, you know, hold the flame onto the wax, tip it so that it'll start dripping, and there it's dripped. And I'm just gonna drip all over kind of the point there. And I have a cup of water right here next to me because, like I said, it is fire, and so if need be, considering that this whole area right here is paper and fabric, I just felt like that was probably a smart idea. So I'm just getting a bunch of wax on here, and you want quite a bit. I'm going to push it down because it felt slanted and I didn't want wax to start running the wrong way. And I'm just dripping it all over the top point of this sari silk and onto the paper. And you want quite a bit. I mean, it takes a bit, because otherwise you get like half your image, you know, and it just doesn't really look right. That is one thing that I have figured out. Okay, now it's kind of all coming this way. I kind of want it right there at the top. Okay, now I'm going to take this and just push it into the wax, and I'm going to hold it there for a bit. One thing's for sure, you definitely go through quite a bit of wax because, you know, it took off that whole top section. I'm going to blow that because I don't want my smoke detector to go off. That would be eventful, wouldn't it? Nice loud smoke detector in a video. Okay, so now I can take that off, and then you can see there, it's just kind of a neat way to hold that fabric on. And so instead of just being used like to hold an envelope closed or that type of thing, I think this is kind of a fun way to use it. And you may have seen this before, I have no idea. I haven't seen it done like this, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been. So anyway, that's just kind of what I thought would be fun with that. And I'm going to stitch around this. I'm trying to decide if this needs anything else. I think I'm going to wait on that. I showed you guys this the other day, and it needed something else. So I added this little bulb pin. I just put a sequin, a pink sequin, like a piece of turquoise. It's just a turquoise bead. It's nothing, it's not real fancy turquoise. And then this is a piece of the sari, one of the saris. It's the purple one that I cut up. I don't know. But anyway, it had this little bead cluster, and I liked that. So I went ahead and snipped that out kind of in a teardrop shape and just hung all that off of there. I think that adds to that, and I like that better. It just needed a little something, like not a lot. So I thought another fun thing we could do is I could make one of those just so you guys can see. I mean, obviously it's not rocket science, but I need my glasses, I'm going to tell you right now. Alright, so I just have all kinds of little sequins and beads. I think for this one we'll use a gold one, if I can get them apart. And then if I can get them off my fingers. And I'm not sure where I'll hang this one, so I'm just going to kind of wing the colors that I use on it. Maybe this kind of a gold. These are like little rock beads that I have, and I don't have anything super fancy. This is stuff that was my daughter's. I mean, it still technically is, I guess, but you know, I just use it because she's gotten older and she doesn't use a lot of this stuff as much. And then I want this little like cluster, so I'm just going to kind of snip it right out of here with some of the fabric, because you want the fabric to be able to hook onto the pin, the bulb pin. And you can hang little snippets of lace, and I mean, there's loads of things that you can do with these bulb pins. They're a lot of fun. So it's going to stick into the fabric, whatever it is, this direction. So this is going to be the front, and this is the back. So the first thing I want to put on is the sequin, because, you know, that would be the front since it's small. And then our little stone here, or bead, or, I mean, there's, you could use charms. There's like a million things that you could do with this. And then I'm just putting the top, like, corner of that fabric on there. And this isn't anything amazing, but, you know, it's just a fun, easy thing, because I don't make jewelry. So if you don't make jewelry and you're like, I'm totally intimidated by that, but like boho and a lot of other styles have used a lot of this kind of stuff. So then, see, I could just pin this anywhere on here. It can hang out of the journal. I could pin it onto that crochet that we just put along the edge of our, you know, the journal edges, that kind of thing, so that it hangs and dangles and, you know, looks pretty. So I'm going to set that right here. I have a couple that Maggie sent for me. She sent me, see, like, these are just bulb pins. She just hung the Eiffel Tower charm on there, and this one she made a really cute little angel and hung that on a bulb pin. So yeah, I mean, just those kind of things can be super fun and easy to make. Alright, so let's see, what else could we do today? I was thinking it would be fun to make like some fabric snippet sort of things. So maybe we could do that. I've got, you know, to put just anywhere. I'm sure you've seen people make fabric snippets. So this is just crochet doily type thing that I have previously cut up. So just gonna keep cutting it up. And then some other fabrics I kind of want to use. Let's see. I like this color. I haven't used this much. So I think I want a piece of this, and I'm going to put this somewhere else. Having fire up here with all this stuff makes me kind of nerve-wracked. It's just not the best plan. So I'm just going to cut off a piece. And this is a great thing to do if you just have little scraps left, which I do have some scraps from, you know, cutting stuff apart. So it works great. And you just kind of layer them on top of each other and stitch them together. So it's really that simple. And they're just fun to hang out the top of pages and stuff. It's sort of along the same lines as those fabric snips that I did and did, you know, put off the side of this page like this. It just adds interest. And you want them, you know, obviously all different sizes and textures and things like that. I think I'm going to cut this. Turn it this way, and I think it's going to hang off the page like this. I'm just going to cut these. And then you could also take, you know, our little thing and hang it right off of there. Like that. And then when you put it on the page, I'll stitch it together and I'll come back and show you guys. But this is just the idea. You can go like this. It can hang out a little bit. And if this was, oh, my little, you know what, I'm going to have to use something else on there. It ripped right through that because it's so fine. But anyway, it could hang off, you know, that, and that might not be the best color page, but I will put something on that to keep it from falling off. But I'm going to go stitch this just so you can get an idea. I mean, I'm sure you get it, but I'll stitch that and I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So you can see I stitched right along there. I did, I had this little piece sitting in the pile of my little scraps, and so I just kind of stuck it under there, the corner, and so it comes out like a point. And then our little piece that you know, tore through, I put another piece of fabric with it. So something to think about, and I should have thought of that, but I didn't. This type of fabric that's super, you know, see-through and fragile is probably not the best for hanging off of those bulb pins because it tears. So I put that on there now, the thicker fabric here, and so I'm going to go right through the point again. And that shouldn't be a problem. And then we can take this, I'm trying to figure out where I want to hang it. I think I'll hang it over here. And just stick it right in. Maybe. That was a tough piece of fabric right there. Okay, so that just goes like that. And of course anything fiddly is always difficult. And then, I don't think I want it on that pink paper, but see how good that red goes with like that? That's awesome. I could even just kind of put it right up here, and then you would see it here, and through on the side of the page it would hang out a little bit at the top and a little bit on the side. So I'm just going to glue that down. You could stitch it on there, but I'm just going to glue it. And I don't want to get all the way out to this edge because I'm going to, you know, it's going to hang up off of there. So that's like that, and you can see it, you know, hanging out of your book like that. So I thought that might be fun little things to do. And then we have our little wax melt, and I will stitch around this and then I'll show it to you guys the next time we come back. And you could even, you know, hang one of those bulb pins on this as well, this piece of fabric here. So yeah, I thought that would be fun, and we'll come back and look at our journal cover when it's dry. So I hope that was helpful, and I will chat with you guys later. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye-bye.